Since the Packers traded up to draft quarterback Jordan Love, we haven't heard from Aaron Rodgers yet. Well, that is about to change. Later today, Rodgers is scheduled to speak at 3 Eastern. So, Shannon, I start with you. What do you want to hear from Aaron Rodgers today?
Boy, I sure wish Aaron Rodgers would be. Okay, I'm Aaron Rodgers, Jenny. How's everybody doing? I think everybody understands that why I'm speaking today. And you want to know, well, how does Aaron think? What's Aaron thinking? How's he feeling? I'm peed the F off. These mofos just go pick another quarterback. How does he help us win this year? We were 1 game from the Super Bowl. How does a quarterback help us win this year? I'm going to ask you, such and such. You, how does he help us win? Can he catch passes? Can he run the ball? Can he guard a receiver? No, no, and no. But they go get a quarterback anyway. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out here and I'm going to ball out. You know what? I'm going to have one of my better seasons. And when I win that MVP, well, I'm going to be close. I'm going to get us in the playoffs. We're going to the playoffs. I'm not even worried about that. But I want everybody from top to bottom. And, you know, I don't need to call your name. You know who you are. If you were in on this decision, I want you to kiss where the sun don't shine. I'm going to play. I'm going to ball out. But I just want you to know it's not my job to get Jordan Love ready. I will not turn him away. If he asks me a question, I will politely answer that question. If he needs anything from me, if he comes to me, I will give him information. But if you think I'm inviting him over to my house, if you think I'm going to see him in the hallway, and, hey, bro, let's grab this study session, that's not happening. That's the coach's job. They get paid to coach. I get paid to play. I'm going to play my you-know-what off. But I'm ticked the you-know-what off. Y'all make me sick. All y'all. Y'all been writing about my demise for the last 5 years. I haven't slowed down the least bit. But you know what? They have yet to ever draft me a receiver in the first round. They have yet to draft me a tight end in the first round. But I keep making magic. I keep making chicken salad out of chicken you-know-what, and I will continue to do it. I'm going to have an unbelievable season this year, and you're going to look foolish because the only way he's going to play, y'all going to have to get rid of me. And you know what? I can't say I'll be disappointed if you did.
Aaron, that is simply the most profanity that has ever been uttered on Undisputed, and I hope the FCC gives us a break because Aaron said it. Shannon didn't say it. Aaron said it. Remember, yeah, exactly. FCC, it's Aaron's fault. Aaron.
Yes.
Yes.
You bleepity bleeps.
Yeah. For once, I would love to hear Aaron Rodgers look in the mirror and deliver a painfully honest self-analysis that went something like, I know I haven't played up to my standards the last 3 years, so I don't blame them for drafting Jordan Love because they deserve to draft Jordan Love. And now it's up to me to lock back in and to rededicate and to rise back to the level that I know I'm capable of playing at. That's what I wish he would say. And if he would say that today, if he would show some humility, then it would certainly shut me up because I have often called Aaron on this show the LeBron James of the National Football League. I've often said that Aaron leads the league in finger-pointing, blame-deflecting diva-ness because he is a diva and he is a thin-skinned diva and he takes everything personally, but it's never his fault. It's always his receiver's fault or his management's fault. The truth is he has declined over the last 3 years. The truth is his QBR has fallen for each of the last 3, and his completion percentage has fallen for each of the last 3. In the end, you cannot condemn his management for taking Jordan Love, for trading up and picking him in the first round, because they're going to need a quarterback, it appears, sooner than later as Aaron approaches age 37. And a lot of people out there before the draft thought that Jordan Love can turn into Patrick Mahomes. If that's true, then they made a nice move. And again, Aaron didn't get the receiver help in the first round in a very deep draft of receivers that he deserved. I give you that much. but his play didn't merit it. His play is getting dangerously average. And in the end, they have to sit back in management and say, we haven't been to a Super Bowl in almost 10 years. So Aaron pulled off one miraculous road wild card run to a Super Bowl that he won over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yet since then, his playoff record is 6-7. And many of those, at least 5 of those 6, were questionable playoff wins because one came against Joe Webb, another came against Kirk Cousins when he was really struggling in Washington, another came in the Dez caught it game at Lambeau, and then another when Odell took his receivers to South Beach to get ready for the game up on the frozen tundra at Lambeau, the playoff game, and the Giants stunk it up, and Aaron was able to take advantage of that. And then obviously there was the Mason crossbar game that still haunts me at Jerry World, in which it took 2 intergalactic field goals of 51 and 56 yards. I still don't know how they went over the crossbar, but they did. And it took those to save them from losing that game to Dak and company. So Aaron has not been great in the playoffs since the Super Bowl run. And I can't argue with the 2010 and 2011 seasons, but Shannon, we're in 2020. We're heading toward 2021. It's been too long. So it's time for Aaron to show a little bit of humility and show that the Jordan Love selection has relit his fire. That's what I'd like to hear from him. My fire is relit. I'm going to show you.
You assume Aaron Rodgers does not have a fire because he's not posting everything he's doing like Tom Brady. Tom Brady's in his backyard with shoulder pads. Tom Brady's throwing passes. So you automatically assume because he doesn't do that, he's not ignited. His fire, he doesn't have the passion like Tom Brady. But Skip, what you didn't tell people, that in his losses, he has a 37-point loss. Did they give up 37 points? The defense gave up 37 points last year in the championship game. They gave up 44 to Atlanta. They gave up 51 one year to the Arizona Cardinals. They gave up another 37 to Eli Manning. They gave up 30 to Arizona with the overtime game, Larry Fitzgerald on the shovel pass. That was like 30 points. At some point in time, Skip, how about give him some help? How about the defense one time? Tom Brady has in 40 playoffs given up 30 points or more. Twice. Aaron Rodgers got 6 of them in the last 8 years. But you're talking about, he got to overcome that. Well, I know your guy should have overcame giving up that 41 in the Super Bowl, right, Skip? Because that's what GOATs do. GOATs overcome adversity. They overcome. That's what you tell me. That's what you want Aaron Rodgers to do. Mm-hmm. But your guy didn't do it. Your guy couldn't score 15 points in a playoff game last year. 15 little measly points is what he couldn't get. Gave him 14.
Shannon, the best player on the Packers last year was named Aaron, but it wasn't Rodgers, it was Jones. How that team won 13 games still makes me scratch my head. And many of the sports books right now have the over-under on Packers wins this year at 8.5. Do the math. 8.5 is the over-under on a team that won 13 last year. Everybody's saying overrated. Fluky.
Cowboys. What's the over-under on the Cowboys? 9.
I don't care. We're talking about the Packers.
Yeah.
That's all we're caring about right now.
But you keep saying Skip, his numbers, his touchdown to interception ratio, his completion percentage, his QBR, his yards per attempt was better than Tom Brady. And you said Tom Brady had an outstanding season. If Tom Brady had an outstanding season and Aaron Rodgers' numbers are better than his, record-wise, completion percentage, touchdown to interception, QBR, if Tom Brady had a great season, how did Aaron Rodgers have a worse season with a record and numbers that statistically are better than Tom Brady's? Explain that one, please.
I will. Tom Brady did not have a Devontae Adams, who's a top 5 receiver. Tom Brady last year did not have a Jimmy Graham. He had the worst collections of tight ends in football. He did not have an Aaron Jones. He had Sony Michel lost in Belichick's doghouse, which left him with Rex Burkhead. Really? I mean, Tom had the worst weapons in football and had them in position against the Dolphins in the final regular season game with yet another game-winning fourth quarter comeback drive to win the 2 seed in the AFC. Sensational against huge odds. And Aaron backed into what they did in the playoffs last year. I'm sorry, he did have Devontae. Don't take that away from him. And he did have Jimmy Graham.
Skip, you keep saying he had him in position for the 2 seed. The loss to Miami didn't knock them out of the playoffs. It gave them the 3rd seed, which gave them a home game, which they won the division. And Tom Brady scored 14 points at home in the first half. Coach Belichick's defense gave up 14 points over 60 minutes, over 4 quarters of football, because the other touchdown that the Titans got, they should have gave up 2, is that Tom Brady hit Logan, I think his name is Logan Ryan, in the chest with a pick 6. So Coach Belichick's defense gave up 14 points. No. He had one right before the half, too, and he dropped it. Your guy scored 14. Let's talk about that. He scored 14 points.
Shannon Sharp, the hottest buzzsaw at the end of the year in pro football last year was the Tennessee Titans. The best team in pro football last year was the Baltimore Ravens. What happened to them in a home playoff game? The Titans happened, just as they happened to New England. So you ran into a hot team that had Kansas City on the ropes for just a little while until the Titans forgot how to tackle Patrick Mahomes.
But New England got the cooler. The GOAT. He the cooler.